Did the radio trailer make you want to watch the documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah. It had clips about binge drinking, and it's a topic we're familiar with as 18-year-olds.
Do you think the article was eye-catching?
Yeah, it was brightly coloured and contained a good amount of information.
In the opening titles, could you get a feel for what the topic of the documentary is about?
Yeah. All the clips were alcohol related. There was also the famous binge drinking advert.
Was there enough information given? Did you feel you learnt anything?
Yeah, we learned more about the consequences of binge drinking and how harmful it can be.
Do you think it ran smoothly, or did you notice any problems with the editing?
It did run smoothly with effective transitions.
Do you think the Vox Pops and interviews gave the documentary more of a relatable feeling?
Yes, the Vox Pops made it entertaining and the interviews made it serious.
Do you think the sound levels and music worked?
Yeah, they were good. The music wasn't overpowering over people talking either.
What was your favourite scene in the documentary and why?
Someone didn't know what binge drinking was. I just thought it was a bit strange.
When the wine glasses were filling and you were giving us information about how many glasses, like what happened after how many glasses.
Yeah, the honest opinions people gave, it was quite interesting to see what other people thought.
What was your least favourite scene in the documentary?
Some of the formal interviews were quite long, really.
The first question we asked was, could you get a feel for what the topic was in the opening sequence and why? All 13 people we had asked said that the opening sequence gave a feel for what the topic was. Extra comments we got were, yes, because it started with people drinking in a bar, good footage relating to the topic, the titles were clear, and yes, relates to myself, so we'd carry on watching it. Of course, in the first few clips we wanted a lot of footage to relate to the binge drinking topic, so instantly people would know what this documentary was about. And by the comments we received, we succeeded in this. The comment about relating to themselves is also very good, as it means that we successfully created an opening scene that relates to our target audience of teenagers who answered this feedback questionnaire. The second question we asked people was, how well do you feel the topic was introduced? One person said it was alright, 4 people said it was done well, 2 people said that it was good, and 6 people said it was very good. Extra comments that we received included, very well with good voiceover, very well especially with people trying to define binge drinking, and very used props. The answer to this question shows that we did successfully introduce our topic, although it could have been done a bit better so that everyone would have said very well. It is also good that people noticed that the voiceover was good, and hopefully that also means that it was good throughout the whole documentary. The third question we asked is, was there enough information and facts given? Everyone said yes, and the other comments include, I really like the wine glasses info section, any more it would have been too much, and I liked the shots of wine glasses. This is very good feedback, especially to know that we gave the right amount of information without overloading the audience. It is also very good feedback to know that the shots of wine glasses went down very well, as the group and I thought it up and spent a lot of time trying to get that clip right and thought it was a unique scene that no one had done before. The fourth question was, how relevant was the information given? One person said good, one person said useful, one person said relevant, and the rest of the group said informative. We received no negative feedback, therefore showing that our information was very good and relevant to the audience and to our topic. Some of the other comments we received include, scares people on real facts, nothing was relevant, very relevant to target audience. This shows that we successfully did include enough information that really targeted the audience that we wanted, which is very good. The fifth question we asked was, did the music fit in with the themes throughout? 3 people said that it was too loud at times, and 10 people said yes, that it did fit in with the themes. Other comments were, yes, lively, showing people drink, but slower when serious. Slower music, a bit too dramatic, could have been quieter. Sad song for the sad stuff, I like it. And it was a good beat, like in a club, which is relevant to the topic. So we had a fair few mixed opinions on the music. Some people did find it too loud in some areas, which we could easily improve by changing a few of the sound levels, and only a few people found this a problem, so it's not a major problem to the documentary. Some people seemed to really enjoy the change in music when we wanted to show serious points off a bit more and create more of a scene and a mood. It is good to know that people noticed this, and even better that they commented on it. Although one person said it was a bit too dramatic, which was shocking to me, although maybe changing the sound levels to the track so it's a bit quieter could have improved this without having to change the track completely. They also found the upbeat music to the documentary relevant and referred it to being like in a club, which we hadn't intended, but to know this has the effect on the target audience makes it even better because clubs relate to binge drinking. The sixth question asked people, do you think that the documentary ran smoothly? If yes, did the fades and editing help? All 13 people said yes, and the comments included, all things flowed nicely from one to the other, and yes, fades help. This was really good feedback, especially since during the editing of the documentary we had a bit of trouble thinking up of an order for the documentary, then some problems helping making it flow, but after receiving these comments it's good to know that we did eventually get there and managed to make the documentary run smoothly. The seventh question asked whether the audience thought the Vox Pops added a comedy effect to the documentary. All 13 people said yes, and comments included yes, humour, made it more watchable, yes, people was telling us their experience, they were entertaining. This is all really good feedback and what we wanted to hear, because the idea of our Vox Pops was to make the documentary more watchable by giving it a humorous side. We asked a lot of the people we interviewed for the Vox Pops rather personal questions, and after getting no answers for a lot of the time, all the hard work paid off and we got some successful answers to these Vox Pops, and these answers to this feedback proved that we had done it well. The eighth question asks, do you feel the formal interviews were factual and informative? Everyone said yes, and other comments included, the policeman was very good touch. Because he was a policeman, he was a trusted source. Effective because what the policeman said, it was quite shocking. Me and the group took a long time organising these formal interviews, and we were pleased to get a police officer because we knew that it would make the documentary more realistic and he was a trusted source. The policeman used real stories and events that he had encountered, and these were pretty shocking, so we made sure that we used most of the shocking ones for the documentary, and these do appear to have had an effect on the audience, which is really good as it's what we wanted. Although we got no comments on our other formal interview with Julie from the college, which means that maybe we could have possibly found another very trusted source such as a paramedic to replace her to make it even more better. The ninth question we asked was, do you think that the newspaper article was eye-catching? If yes, did it persuade you to watch the documentary? 11 people said yes and 2 people said no. Other comments include, used quotes from the documentary, good screenshots from the documentary, colour scheme was a bit random and didn't really do much. It's good to know that the audience noticed the link and connection with the TV guide and the documentary, which was good because it meant that they both worked well together, and hopefully means that the article does successfully make people want to watch the documentary. Although, the one comment that said that they didn't like the colour scheme, this was only one person, so maybe it could just be them that didn't like it, but maybe in future we could do it differently and see what colours the target audience finds appealing beforehand and then use them. For the 10th question, we asked people, did listening to the radio trailer make you want to watch our documentary and why? Some of the comments we received were, it was suspense, so I'd want to know more, mentioned some of the main bits in the documentary. The clips taken from the documentary sounded funny and interesting. It's good to know that everyone found the radio trailer good and would watch the documentary after listening to it. After reading the comments as well, it's good to know that the small bits of the quotes from the documentary worked, and it did tease the audience into making them want to watch the documentary. What I found out from the feedback is that some of the sound levels could be improved, as it is really quiet in some areas and too loud in others, such as the serious background music. I also found out that the ancillary texts work well together with the main product, and that they both made the audience want to watch the documentary. We also successfully created an entertaining first 5 minutes, as no one really had any complaints, especially in the audience feedback and the focus group. Some of the clips were a bit too long, such as the formal interviews. They could have been cut up with a bit of background footage, and we successfully made the documentary both serious and entertaining, which is what we wanted, and from a lot of the comments we successfully did this.